Hi, welcome back to Uncle Cannon's Stranger Than Fiction. You know when they are shooting a movie, they have the stunt double to act in dangerous scene so that the famous actor or actress don't have to do the dangerous stunt like Jackie Chan. While in politics, some dictators simply have their double, acting on behalf of the real guy like the one in the movie Dictator. Well, what if I tell you that you can also have your own double if you practice Taoist Astral Projection? Let's go back to the basic. What is astral projection? What is the difference between astral projection and out-of-body experience and lucid dreaming? I was once kept repeating to myself, I am in a dream while I am still awake, while I am walking and driving for a few days in a row. Then there was one night I was conscious that I was in my dream while I was dreaming at night. I could vividly recall what I did, whom I met in my dream after waking up in the morning. It was a very wonderful experience. Comparatively, when someone has an out-of-body experience, the subjects will be able to perceive the world from outside of their body. The OBE can be induced by traumatic brain injuries, sensory deprivation, near-death experience, drugs, dreaming, and lately special binaural music and high-tech wearable as well. There are also many OBE guru on the internet that is ready to teach you how to do it. Or there are also DIY manual for you to download and start practicing. While Taoist Astral Projection involved the creation of an energy body or light body by practicing Macrocosmic orbit meditation, which is a very advanced energy-based meditation techniques. The Taoist further differentiate the light body into two types, the Yin Shen or Yin light body and the most advanced Yang Shen or Yang light body. The Yin and Yang here might loosely means feminine and masculine. The Taoist claim that the Yin light body has no form. One might be conscious that he or she travel out of his or her body while in meditative state, because it has no form while the meditator will be able to see the world, but the Yin light body cannot be seen by the others. While the Yang light body has physical form, able to move or touch physical objects in the real world like a twin of the meditator, thus can be seen by other people. The perfect stunt double, for whatever reason or intention of the meditator. Cool, right? There is a famous classic story about Yin and Yang light body. In the Song dynasty in Shaanxi province around 1,000 years ago, there was a Taoist priest and a Buddhist monk were good friends. They were both very advanced in their own spiritual practice. One day in the spring season, they decided to meditate at the same time and astral travel more than 1,000 miles together to the city of Yangzhou in the south to see the beautiful Chinese snowball flowers. While admiring the flower, they both decided to each take a flower home. After getting out of the meditative state, there is nothing in the Buddhist monk's sleeve, while the Taoist priest took the snowball flower out of his sleeve. The story meant to show that the monk practice was to the level of Yin light body, and while the priest was more advanced, and the flower was the proof of his practice. However, this story doesn't imply in any way that the Buddhist practice is inferior compared to the Taoist practice. Really don't want to get into the scary debate of Buddhist virtue versus Taoist Chi. I have great respect for Buddhist practice. I have the privilege of meeting an accomplished Theravada Buddhist meditation practitioner, Sayalay Sutavati from Auk Meditation Center. I was so touched and involuntarily in tears while being in her presence and emotionally moved by her amazing energy. The experience was beyond words. In the esoteric world, supposedly the Taoist is not alone in the business of advanced form of astral projection. It can be said of the same for the Indian Tantric tradition, the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, the Sufi tradition, the Kabbalah tradition, just to name a few. The methodology and terminology might not be the same, but there is this saying called same but different. We all come together at the end. Yang light body is considered by some the ultimate goal of Taoist spiritual practice. Taoist master Mantak Chia, in his spiritual publication of the Practice of Greater Kanan Li, described the Yang light body as immortal spirit body in total unity state of oneness with the universe. Then you might ask, how hard is it to practice to the level of Yang light body? Is it even possible for normal folks like you and me? A Taoist master might tell you that. There might be a lot of hard work ahead of you. We might need to spend a lot of effort to work on our virtue, slay our inner demon, and spend a lot of time to cultivate the Chi, subtle energy in our body by practicing microcosmic orbit and later macrocosmic orbit meditation. A Taoist master might tell you this cultivation process as well. Here, I will be using a scene from a popular Chinese Xiangxia animation to illustrate. 2 years ago, I have come across this popular Chinese fantasy web fiction, I Have Refined Chi for 3,000 Years. It was later adapted into manga, anime series, and even a Netflix anime series. Though a work of fiction, it has incorporated certain real Taoist spiritual practice, methodology, and spiritual deities and realm into the novel. First, assuming we have a healthy body. The Taoists believe a healthy body is essential for spiritual cultivation. A younger body has its advantages too. The second stage, we then start to cultivate Qi by practicing 100 days of continuous microcosmic orbit meditation. There are many variation microcosmic orbit meditation out there. Different guru might show you a slightly different microcosmic orbit techniques. However, if practiced properly, the result should be the same. During this stage of a bit more than 3 months' time, some practitioners also incorporate exercises like Qigong, Tai Chi, or even yoga to increase the speed of energy cultivation. There has been a consensus among various Taoist sects that this 100 or more days of continuous meditation to cultivate Qi is very important for foundation building. The number of hours one needs to meditate every day during these 3 months might vary among different sects. Once the practitioner has built a solid foundation, and through continuous Qi cultivation, the Jindan, or golden pill in Chinese, has been planted in the abdominal Dan Tian, or energy center, of the practitioner, as if the yin energy and yang energy in our body being mixed in the Dan Tian, our energy center, resulted in a self-fertilized egg called the Jindan. And the Jindan, through continuous Qi cultivation, will grow into the spiritual baby. Yes, we are to impregnate it ourselves. I would be proud to be pregnant for sure. Ha ha ha. Through continuous cultivation, the spiritual baby will grow into the size equal to our body. Through some meditative effort, if we are able to get it out through our crown chakra. That's our Yang Shen or Yang light body, and we are doing this advanced Taoist Astral Projection. This Qi cultivation process seems fictional since it's a cut and paste photo from the internet. It's supposed to be bogus, right? You might say, different Taoist sects and different Taoist master might tell you a different Qi cultivation methodology or processes in much details, but the aforementioned Qi cultivation process from the anime is what all different Taoist sects can agree, and commonly detailed in much of various Taoist esoteric literature. Plus, this is also in line with the Taoist spiritual practice of using the fakes to cultivate the real, using our egoic intention to discover our true self. Some Taoist master might tell you, it might take you more than 5 to 10 years for you to get the Yang light body out, depending on your sincerity and your efforts. It's definitely very difficult. It's almost impossible, some Taoist master might tell you, because statistically, very few were successful. For someone to be able to get the Yang light body out, he or she has come within the striking distance of becoming an immortal. But the road ahead might still be very difficult. Not so easy to be in oneness with Tao, the universe, which we will not get into it for now. You might ask, how about Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching? And other Taoist sage teaching like Zhuangzi fit into this process? Is it possible that we read ourselves to understand the Tao and be an immortal? A Taoist master once told me our tireless Qi cultivation effort, practicing micro and later macrocosmic orbit meditation, days in and days out, are to realize the Tao, we are in oneness with the universe. Our selfless cultivation of our virtues are to practice the Te, similar to the Buddhist concept of no self. Our action, the Ti, are to be in harmony with our environment. In other words, we sit and meditate to realize the Tao, the universe. And we speak and act to execute the Te, our virtue. Both efforts are needed together for us to fully realize our true self, with both our virtue and our energy. With better energy, we will have better virtue. And with better virtue, we will have better energy. And so goes the good gracious cycle going up and up. Once our true self has been realized, books like Tao Te Ching will only serve as the reference to validate and proof to ourselves of our successful cultivation. The best way to understand Tao Te Ching is to realize it through our sincere and tireless cultivation practice. In the end, we might not be able to meet someone who has Yang light body. For someone who has it, will probably never tell you that he or she has it. But a Taoist master has once told me, if we work hard enough, our effort is true and sincere. The universe might send someone along the way to help us. Let's work on ourselves and let the fate decides. Or the Taoist might say, let's work on ourselves to exercise our free will. Well, that's all for this episode, folks. There are web link as references has been added in the video description for those who are curious. Please subscribe to this channel for future video. Thank you, and see you again in the next episode of Uncle Cannon's Stranger Than Fiction.